That's right. Without the indicators, this is what it looks like. You put it back on, and all of a sudden you're saying, oh, the price is literally just walking its way up the levels. Now, because the price is responding so quickly and so dramatically to VWAP, this tells me that institutions are buying. Large money players are buying. This is not your mom and pop, your best friend, buying a couple of dollars of Bitcoin that's moving the price. When you're seeing things like this, it's because institutions are buying. And when you see great green candles like this, Peter, do you remember what these great green candles mean? When they're happening all at once? This is on the 2-hour chart.
Liquidated.
Shorts being liquidated. So when you have shorts being liquidated, the price gets pushed up algorithmically in order to get to a certain level. Boom, the shorts get liquidated. Then, because people are in profit, there's a sell-off back down to a VWAP level in order to take profits and then purchase again. And then it relies on the shorts being liquidated. And it happens again and again and again and again and again. So thank you so much for the shorts for giving us your livelihood in order for us to move up. I'm feeling pretty good.
You underestimate my power.
Pretty goddamn good. You know why? Because who could have called Bitcoin's magnificent 6% rally in just a week? Who could have called Indeed? It just so happens that your boy, Sacred Prophet, is so in touch with the Lord of Liquidity that he can see, that the shorts are going to get wrecked. Let's pour one out for the homies, folks. Pour one out for the homies. Yeah. Libations for the shorts. Burn shorts as the Bitcoin price rises. Peter, it's not just that I was right. It's that I basically called it exactly right for the exact days in the exact time frame. I don't know. It's hard to feel. Is this what Superman feels like when he like takes off? I remember watching Smallville, and Tom Welling is like floating above his bed, but he didn't know how he was doing it, and he'd like wake up and fall down. That's what it feels like right now. It feels like I am at the beginning of my powers of predictions, to the point where I can be like, I could be in Heroes. I could be an alpha. You know what I mean? Remember that show, Alphas?
I think so.
The autistic person, and then the guy who had great aim, and the super strong guy that got all swole, and when he got upset, the roid rage guy, the guy with computers, and then. So it's been fantastic so far, I gotta say. I'm pretty happy about it.
Can you pull up a chart? I'm gonna be able to, because we got to do this whole thing about what you predicted and what it is.
Yeah, well, if you wouldn't mind just going ahead and reading the post that that I posted just a couple of hours ago, going over. This is the post from last. I started on last week, but that just went over the trades, because we had talked about the trade setup for the week ahead and coming up, and basically it just nailed it. Would you mind just giving a quick read? Don't know if you can see it there.
Yeah, I can see it there. I'll make it bigger. Give me a second. All right. Most retail traders get wrecked trading 50x leverage because they don't know how to pick perfect entries. Why was I able to so confidently take a trade from 113 to 117.4 on BTC last week?
This is a chart I had shared on August 7th, which is just a recap of what we did, what we talked about last week on Sunday Fuel. So this is the trades for last week, where I did a FOMO trade entry here at the beginning of the week, because we were in a yellow territory and the price could fall down to this 113 level down here, but it could always have gone up over here, right? So you don't have to enter the FOMO trade. I did. I put half my position on. And then when the price pulled back to exactly the perfect entry here, which was the daily level, right? This is the daily level that was set from the previous Sunday. That was a perfect entry, which then moved up all the way to the weekly target price. So that was pretty cool, right? That was pretty awesome, dead on. And I also said, hey, there's a greedy exit over here. You guys will remember, when there's a nearby level, when there's a level that's nearby, there's always a possibility that the price keeps going until it touches that level, right? And so since here, that level coincided with the monthly, this is the blue line over here, the monthly average, I had a high reason to expect that that's where the price would get to. And once it got there, boom, got out.
So what was your prediction?
That Bitcoin would rally into the week, that would be along into the week, up to the 116.4 level. And that in that process, in that path, that the price might pull back to 113 and then go there.
And was this in your signals dashboard?
It wasn't in the signals dashboard. The dashboard just calls out the weekly trend up to the weekly level, right? We don't call out trades in our signals. We just call out trends. So the trend was
the
bullish.
116. The 116 was there?
116, absolutely. That's
Can
where
you
it
show
was. Yeah, absolutely.
Not that I don't believe you, it's just that you are an inveterate liar, and I'd rather, I'm joking.
Give me 1
He's
second
not
to
a
pull this
liar,
up.
but yeah. But I do want people to see the dashboard, sacredprofit.com. You can go and sign up. It's free. You just have to become an affiliate with, not become an affiliate, but use Tom's affiliate link for BitGet and Blofin. But sacredprofit.com, and you can get access not only to the indicators, but the signals. Remember, these are not trade signals. They are, how do you describe them, Tom?
Trend signals.
These are not trade signals. These are trend signals. So I'll let you know some very useful stuff, and you're about to see that here on screen.
So over here we had, this is the signal that showed up. The initial price you see here, that's the closing price of the candle on when the week started. That's the FOMO trade. And then the target price is 116.4, right? For a 1.7% gain and a 50x leverage, that's 85% gain on that position. What we had said during the stream, which is why it's important to take a look at Sunday Fuel, is that there's a path dependency to all this, that we can have a drop and a rise above. Now you might ask yourself, hey, Tom, why didn't you wait then? Why did you take the FOMO trade in here? Well, one of the paths that could happen is that the price moved all the way up to 116 first and then rolled over to 113, right? This is one of the things we talked about last week, that this could happen. And so I get into the trade right away with only a half position, so 1.25% of my portfolio. And if that moved up, well, that's all I would have taken. But since it moved back down to the perfect entry price, I added to my position and then moved up from there. All right. This is why it's very important to have the indicators on your chart to allow the signals to be something that helps you direct your thinking. Should I be going long? Should I be going short? And to not be shaken out of a trade once it goes your way. So over here, I got into my FOMO trade, and you might say, hey, Tom, but we dropped like something like 1.8%, right? To get down to this level. Well, I didn't mind getting into that FOMO trade because 1.8%, I need to drop at 50x leverage. I need to drop 2% in order to wipe out my position. So I was perfectly fine taking the risk down to that level because I believe that we would just stop over here at this level. Let's go to the chart, it'll be easier to see. So totally expected that this drop from the close would be 1.44%, and that 2% would bring me down to around over here, right? So if I did drop 2%, I would have just gotten back into the trade at my second go around. So I'd put on a full position lower down, and all of it loses the half position. But it turned out to work out great. Not only did I have that, I could then get in over here at the other half of my position and then ride this all the way up. And when you're riding up, it can be nerve-wracking not knowing where you should sell out of your position, right? All the way through here with this drop over here that occurred on from the 6th to the 7th of August, you might have been shaken out of your position. You might have been worried and just FOMO sold. But we know that we're moving up towards our weekly level. So if we take a closer examination here, when the price pulled back, there was a pullback of 1.25% that happened August 6th. This drop I wasn't worried about. In fact, on another account, because we went straight to the daily level, I actually bought here on another one of my accounts, and then rode that even higher up. All right. But these levels, it's not a coincidence that the price bounced here at the daily level. That's where institutions are buying.
That's VWAP.
They're buying at these bounces. Sorry, go ahead.
Is that VWAP?
That's VWAP. This is the daily VWAP that was created from the 6th of August, right over here. And then the next day, even there's another bounce off of VWAP. The price came down. It went all the way up to the point over here, the daily VWAP that we were targeting, and bounced down to the new daily VWAP, and then bounced again. And the next day, it came down to the VWAP and bounced again, right? Because we're in a bullish trend, green, 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 green. All the way up to where? To the trend level that we've been seeing on our chart. So these moves are completely, now that you look at it, Peter, now that you look back on it, does this look just totally obvious?
Yes, I do this little fun thing where I remove all the indicators from the chart and I just look at it and I try to put myself in the shoes of someone who doesn't have these indicators and ask myself, what do I think is happening in this chart? And honestly, for me personally, I'm not a trader. It's a complete mystery. But with the indicators, it's pretty clear.
That's right. Without the indicators, this is what it looks like. You put it back on and all of a sudden you're saying, oh, the price is literally just walking its way up the levels. Now, because the price is responding so quickly and so dramatically to VWAP, this tells me that institutions are buying. Large money players are buying. This is not your mom and pop, your best friend, buying a couple of dollars of Bitcoin that's moving the price. When you're seeing things like this, it's because institutions are buying. And when you see great green candles like this, Peter, do you remember what these great green candles mean? When they're happening all at once? This is on the 2-hour chart.
Liquidated.
Shorts being liquidated. So when you have shorts being liquidated, the price gets pushed up algorithmically in order to get to a certain level. Boom, the shorts get liquidated. Then, because people are in profit, there's a sell-off back down to a VWAP level in order to take profits and then purchase again. And then it relies on the shorts being liquidated. And it happens again and again and again and again and again. So thank you so much for the shorts for giving us your livelihood in order for us to move up. Peter, we have, what is it? If we take a look right now, with all that, with a 6% move that happened in 8 days, within the 8 days that we talked about, right? These are all weekly trades. There's a reason why I trade per week. Within these 8 days, we moved at 6%, which is, and you have to consider a 1% move in Bitcoin is about $1 billion worth of liquidations or money in. That's what I've seen, that usually $1 billion worth of liquidations will give us a 1% move. Don't quote me on that exactly. That's just been my back of the envelope calculation. And how many shorts do we still have? Well, here on CoinGlass, we can see Binance, OKX, and Bybit all together. We still got 17 billion short here. If we add into that the 6 billion that's on the Binance liquidation chart over the last 30 days, 6 billion, that means we can have 23% move still to come if these shorts get liquidated. Where would that bring us? Where would a 23% move bring us? Something like $150,000.